Okay, so Ankur is obviously a proud alumni. Okay, he has completed his post-graduation from Aegis. He comes from a background, from a commerce background. He has also done his master's in computers application. And currently he's working as an analyst, decision science in HSBC. He has worked with several companies. Hello, is my voice audible?
Yes, it is audible, ma'am.
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
So he has, as I was saying, he has completed his post-graduation from Aegis. He has also completed, like he comes from a background, from a commerce background. He has completed his master's degree in computers application. Currently, he is working with HSBC as analyst, decision science, and he has also worked with companies such as CRISIL and NIIT. So he comes from a good background wherein he'll be able to actually tell you guys. Hello, guys, please be responsible. Sometimes it's
You are
working.
audible.
Yeah, audible, ma'am.
Okay, so you can just take help of him, especially Shrikant. You guys are going to go through your placement process, so he's the best guy to tell you guys how was the placement process, what has happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you guys should definitely ask him questions about whatever doubts you have, whatever you would like to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ankur, over to you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Thank you so much, ma'am. For this kind of opportunity to give my share my experience with the students of ages from where like I have passed, and I have learned a lot of things from this great great school. I'll say as a whole, because it has totally changed my attitude as well as way of approaching a particular thing as a whole. So hello everyone, my name is Ankur Anand, and currently I'm working with HSBC as an analyst in decision science. So before this HSBC, like I from ages I just got placed with CRISIL in their financial crime compliance department, where again like I worked as an analyst position over there, and from there like working for after 8 months I've joined HSBC. So this is my journey. I mean, this is my journey from ages in short. But if I just take about my background, like I'm from commerce background. I've done my bachelor's of commerce in 2015, and during that time also, like I've worked with some of the financial organizations, some of the CA firms, with NIIT technologies also, about which Nisa ma'am all has already introduced. And after that, like I had taken a bit of break, and I was preparing for civil services examination. Unluckily, I could not clear that, and like it was in my mind that it was in my mind that like I was knowing about this data science field, data analytics as well as data science. So I researched about a lot of schools, a lot of colleges, and I finally landed into AG School of Data Science in 2019. And then like I studied for almost a year over there, and then like I did a lot of hard work, and I am here in front of you all guys today. So if I so like as a whole, like I just want to take you through a lot of things, like where I just want to share my insights, because being from a commerce background, it was not an easy thing for me to learn the things of data science, to learn the concepts of data science. But I had one thing very clear in my mind, that I have to work hard, and that was the kind of thing, that was a kind of determination which was there in my mind when I joined AG School of Data Science. And when I joined with a lot of other folks, other guys in my batch, I had to be a bit different because I was knowing that my background was also not that much good. So like financially, I was not that much strong. So I had to put a lot of because I was in a lot of pressure, and before that also like I was I had given almost I had taken a break for almost 2.5 years from the previous job. So it was a kind of pressure. Pressure was humongous on me. But yes, one thing was very clear that I have to make it. And I started my journey into AG's School of Data Science in Bangalore campus. And the first thing which I just want to take each and every one to a topic like that. For me, the start was a bit different because I had to make a lot of changes into my learning strategies because I was from commerce background. But when I started learning, so with my strategies, I started feeling that no, I'm just uh, in parallel with the guys who are from IT field or from some kind of technical background. So from there, like my strategies were a bit different. If I see my strategies as a whole, it was a bit different because uh, uh, I mean, whatever used to be taught in ages, I used to go and I used to do the revision. And I used to, the most important thing was that I used to complete the assignments by my own. I never used to copy the assignments from somewhere else, and I never used to, copy paste and something do those kind of things. So I think that was a kind of thing which helped me initially, and which helped me as a whole to uh, make my grip as a whole onto various subjects. So like whatever assignments I used to get, I used to solve them by my own, and then I used to post them. And that was the one thing. If I see about the other technical subjects like SQL as well as Python, first of all, I just want to come on Python because Python was a kind of programming language and it was totally different for me. So I learned when I started learning Python, I used to learn about C++ Java because I know that Python is a bit easier in coding. I was knowing that Python was a bit easier in coding. So C++ and Java, it has been derived from those languages. So I started learning those languages also in parallel, and then now, for me, it slowly and slowly, I just felt that no, learning Python was a kind of easy thing. But the main thing was that I used to practice those kind of things on a lot of platforms. Like one platform was like W3 resources, from where like I used to do kind of coding. So like I started the coding after 1 month itself. From that platform, I just got to know about from some of the folks as well as the seniors like that I can practice from there. So I started practicing. So Python and SQL, I whatever was being taught over here, I just learned all the things. I always used to focus on a lot of revisions. I always used to focus on getting my the basics very clear. That was the one thing, as well as practicing the coding. So in Python and SQL, I took the help of W3 resources as well as the W3 schools as well as W3 resources for practicing, and W3 schools for learning. And there are some other platforms from where also we can learn the basics. So if I see the teaching pattern of the ages, the teachers of ages, like we used to, they used to make us understand each and everything very clear in the class itself. So only thing was that we had to be a bit of disciplined in the class. We had to be a bit focused. And after that, the preparation as well as the revisions should have been a bit ruthless. So that was my approach. So with that, those kind of approaches, like I just simply, learn the things. But the one thing was very clear, which I, did was that I never, broke my rhythm. Like whatever I was learning, I just went into, the same kind of thing. And here, like I think you guys also might have studied a lot of subjects, so you might have felt a lot kind of precise kind of things. So I'll just suggest that never feel those kind of never take those kind of pressure on yourself. I mean, I'm pretty sure that those pressures will hamper you, but yes, at the very end, if you are if you are able to cope up with those pressures, so it will be a kind of fruitful kind of thing at the very end. So that was a kind of thing for me in terms of my preparation approach. So if if I if I see my journey moving forward, like for us the the toughest part was that COVID came in between, right? So when COVID came, like almost from my batch, almost all the guys left Bangalore and they went to their hometown. But I could not because I am from Bihar state, and I just took a very strong decision to stay back in Bangalore. But yes, it was very difficult for me to stay back because the situation in the PGs where I was, residing, that was also very tough, and a lot of negative kind of vibrations and vibes used to come from different kind of different kind of people and different kind of places. But yes, like I had to tackle all those kind of things. So if I see how I negotiated the negative environment, negative phase over there, I used to, do a lot of yoga in the morning, in the afternoon, and during evening time also. And in between that, I used to do a lot of revisions. I mean, whatever used to be taught, a lot of different subjects, like, after initially, whatever subjects were taught to us, and after that also a lot of different subjects like big data tools, as well as some of the other visualization tools had been taught. So like I had to do a lot of revisions. So for me, like when I was moving ahead and ahead, and I used to see a lot of interview questions and during that time, and for me, like the interview phase had not yet started, but yes, like I used to see those kind of questions, and slowly and slowly I started understanding that what will be the requirement for me in what will be the requirement in during the time of interview. So after reading a lot of blogs over there, and learning a lot of reading a lot of articles, as well as from the different teachers of ASIS, I just came to know that what will be the requirement of the interview. And during that time itself, when I was staying back in Bangalore, I started preparing for my interview also. And at that time also, we had to work on a lot of projects also. So yes, like I mean, the, after when I learned those subjects like Python, SQL, and the interesting part was the most interesting part for me was learning the AI kind of subjects like machine learning, deep learning, uh, NLP. So there, like I enjoyed a lot, and I used to ask a lot of questions. I used to like ask a lot of questions and clear those doubts with the the different faculties, the different professors, and simultaneously, like I was working on different kind of projects also. Whatever whatever I chose at that time, and my revision strategies were simultaneously were in pace at that time. So two things were very clear for me, that I had to do the projects, as well as I was focusing on my revisions also, like whatever basics I had learned earlier. So I used to revise those kind of things at that time. But if I see, as a whole, the interview process as a whole, I mean, there at that time, during the time of COVID, the market was a lot, vulnerable. I mean, the economy had gone down, and the companies were not coming as a whole. I mean, not very good companies during our placement time. So that was the most difficult time, I'll say, as a whole, because uh, because the thing is that we have a kind of expectation from ourselves, like we have to perform this kind of with this kind of company, we have to get selected, or maybe like this is the kind of package which I want to go with this kind of company. So those kind of things were, I mean, I used to feel that no, I'm not going to be the part of those kind of companies, I think. And for me, like the most difficult part was also that I had a bit of break in between. So like when I had given a few interviews with few of the companies, I had got those kind of remarks also that I had gap in my career where I had prepared for civil services examination. So one thing was very clear that I had to wait for my chance. Because I'm from a sports background also. I played some games at my school days. So that from there, like as a sportsman, I have learned those kind of sportsman spirit that each and every day is not for us. So we have to wait for our chance turn. So like the same, I waited for my chance. So uh, during waiting for my chance, like I was giving the interview. That was the most important thing. Like whatever chance I used to get from the side of the placement. I mean the AZ's placement department. I simply used to attend those kind of interviews with true kind of determination, with true kind of passion that I have to perform well. Simply attending the interview was not a kind of desire for me at that kind of time. At that time, so like my focus was that I was giving a lot of interviews at that time with true determination, with true kind of revisions, and I used to learn from my mistake. That was the kind of thing which I used to note it down. Like whatever mistake I used to commit over there, I used to come back, I used to note it down, and from there, like I used to think that no, I don't have to repeat this kind of mistakes in the next companies. So with that kind of approach, like I was approaching slowly. I made a lot of improvements in myself, as well as the economy started improving. And slowly a company called Crisil came and they took my interview and I got selected with them. And this is my whole as a journey. So Crisil was not a kind of dream company for me, but yes, like when I joined Crisil, like I felt a lot positive over there, and like I was not knowing about Crisil initially, honestly speaking. So when I joined Crisil, I mean, I just I just thought like that. I just felt that like what were my desire to get placed with any kind of company. I just felt that no, I have landed in a good kind of company. So this is my journey as a whole. And moving next, like I will also I just also want to take you guys like what are the vital aspects to be taken during to be undertaken to prepare and as well as to appear for the interview and how to face the interview, right? So that topic I'll take later on, but before that, I want you guys to introduce about yourself. I mean, maybe one or two people from your batch can introduce about yourself, like how you guys are doing, how you guys are feeling. And I have known about you people from from Nisa ma'am that you people are about to appear for the interview, I think. So maybe I just want to know about that also from maybe one or two guys from your batch, and then like I will proceed on to the next topic, whatever I have told. Yeah. So it's up to you guys now.
Yeah, hi, good morning, sir. This is Shrikant here.
Hi Srikant.
Yeah.
Good
Uh,
morning.
Sir, basically, I'm from a finance background. I've completed my MMS in finance. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
also as I was also working with HDFC Bank before joining Aegis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
I want to understand like with in BFSI as you have been associated with Crystal, which is also which is into finance, and currently in HSBC. So like,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of a skill set
Mm-hmm.
are the BFSI looking, and what kind of a domain data science job opportunities are available in BFSI? Like it's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fraud management,
All right.
risk management. Like what kind of
Mm-hmm.
domains are there currently?
Mm-hmm.
They are looking into it.
All right. All right. Yeah, that's a very good question, Srikant. I'll say as well. So like uh from my point of view, the only thing which which you should be knowing when you are, landing into any kind of companies is that you should be having a very good grip over Python. That is the one thing, and SQL, right? So because they will ask a lot of basic programming questions to you, so they want that the guys should be well, prepared with the concepts of Python as well as SQL. So maybe you may be given a lot kind of, a lot kind of case study kind of questions, that this is a kind of data set. From that data set, they want this kind of, result. So what kind of SQL query you will write for those kind of things? I mean, their requirement. So based on that, you should be fully prepared. And I've already told you like how you have to approach on those kind of situations. So maybe you can take help from different platforms where you can practice those kind of uh, things from there. So when you will be totally versed with those kind of concepts, so that will really help you out. And if I see as a whole, like how this domain works and what is the requirement from us, so I'll say that maybe you will be required to work on a lot of some kind of big data tools like Hive or maybe Hadoop kind of platforms. So, like for me in the current organization, I'm working on iHive. I mean, I'm working on that. I'm working on so where like we need to fire some of the queries regarding related to Hive. So that is one of the things. Uh, so and maybe like whatever you will be learning in data science kind of thing, maybe machine learning. So that will also again help you out. Maybe there will be some projects from their end. So whatever you will be learned, you might have learned over there. So those kind of things, maybe they will ask from you at that time that whether you know those kind of things or not. So maybe when you will face the interview, so during the interview itself, they will clear those kind of things from you, right? So that's the kind of approach which you should be having.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome. So like from
Sir,
you guys, yeah,
sir,
please
sorry,
go ahead.
Shrikant here. So, like as you mentioned, W3 school, like all the platforms which you use to learn the basics of Python and SQL. Currently, we are also doing the same. I also follow the W3 school resource only for Python. Okay, but like in interview, if we check for basic W3 school, but if you check the interview, they may go for higher libraries and higher aspects. So, can you suggest any other platform where we can like go on for it, or that's the enough one W3 school?
See, from W3 school only you will be learning the basics, right? But
It's basics.
to practice those kind of things, yeah. So, but to practice, you need some other platforms. So, for practicing, you may take the help of W3 resources. So, I used to take help of W3 resources, and it was being suggested by some, faculties of AG itself, and that was sufficient for me. I mean, there you will find almost 700 to 800 Python, programming questions. And from there itself, those questions will be asked in your interview. They are not going to ask, different kind of questions. And when you will start practicing from there, na, one thing is very clear that you will develop a approach of solving, the other kind of programming questions. Maybe there will be some kind of questions where you won't be knowing what kind of approach you have to apply, right? But like
Okay.
when you will be in a process of learning those things from a particular platform, so you will be in a position to, your mind will work in such a way that you will be in a position to write some kind of code. And in the
Okay.
interview, they never expect kind of, full accuracy from you. I mean, you may commit some kind of mistake, but there, like again, you have to be very like submissive. if you are committing some kind of error, yes, you have to accept it if the interviewer is pointing to a kind of error that you have committed in coding, and they will take it a very positive on a positive note that you might have committed some kind of error. So that's the kind of approach you have to follow.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir.
So one thing I just want to mention over there, at this kind of time, don't go for a lot of platforms. Maybe you will find some more platforms from your own other friends also. So you can take help of that platform also, but just stick to one platform for practicing those coding questions. That's my suggestion to you people, you all guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Any more question or how you guys are feeling at this time? This is my question for you, all people as a whole, like how you people are feeling at this time, because you people are going to appear for the interview. So I just want to know that when your interview phase is starting, and how you people are, keeping preparing yourself for that.
Karthik, Aditya, Shrikant, Sachin, Siddhant, anybody?
Sir, it's going good, sir. We're basically working on our capstone projects right now. So we're majorly focused on that only.
All right. Good. All right, guys. So yes, moving next, like I just want to take you guys to some of the other topics, like what are the vital aspects you must take when you have to prepare for the interview. So to prepare for the interview, I just want to say that just focus on basics, whatever you have learned, and maybe you might have to appear for some of the tests from the side of our from side of AGs. So just appear for those tests on a very serious note, and just write your answers on a very honest basis, and analyze your weak points over there, weak spots as well as strong spots, and you also have to focus on kind of projects you have worked on, like whatever kind of projects you have worked, just be thorough with the kind of algorithms which you have applied, and they may ask some kind of cross questions to you, that why you have applied this algorithm, why you did not apply that algorithm. So you have to be very clear with that why you have applied this algorithm, why you have applied in regression, why you have applied a particular regression algorithm. Let's say your problem statement is with regards to regression kind of regression kind of problem. So you should be very clear with that, as well as you should be knowing the basics of all the algorithms, whatever you have studied over now. So those kind of things should be totally clear to you. And in capstone, like whatever capstone you have done, just be totally thorough with that. I mean, whatever you have done, just be totally thorough with that, and just appear in the interview. You have to be totally confident with the kind of thing you have done on your projects. So that is one thing, and that is one thing which you have to take into account when you are preparing for the interview. Right now, when you are appearing for the interview, again, like you have to be confident. That is the one thing which I'll say, but you should not be overconfident. You have to be confident in a kind of polite kind of attitude, and uh, you have to appear for the interview with all kind of skill sets, like whatever is the requirement for that kind of role. I mean, you have to be. You will be knowing that you are going to appear for this kind of role. So this kind of requirements will be there. So you have to be totally thorough with those kind of things, and you have to appear for the interview. And you have to be. Again, like I just want to say that you have to just uh, produce your basics over there. Like if they want to ask, if they are asking any questions to you, and if you don't know the answer to that question, so maybe that time you can say to the interviewer that sorry, I'm not able to recall, those kind of response you can give to them. And if you know the partial kind of answer, you may say that yes, I know. I'm not able to recall, but maybe right now I'm only able to recall this kind of things. So can I take a guess? So maybe with that kind of approach, you can also approach some of the questions. So that is the kind of thing. And if you don't know anything, maybe you can tell them that. Sorry, I'm not revised, or sorry, I'm not able to recall with those kind of approach. So the one thing is very clear, that you have to be very honest, and with that kind of approach, you have to appear for the interview. So yeah, so I just want to say that what is the onto the very next topic. I just want to come onto the very next topic, that what is my role in the current company. But before that, about this, the previous topic which I have already taken, that how you have to appear for the interview, and how you have to prepare as well as appear for the interview. If you guys have any kind of questions, you can ask me. Hello. Yeah, I think there is no questions from anyone. So maybe now I just want to take you guys to my current role in my current organization. So like currently I'm working with HSBC as an analyst over there. So there is a decision science department in HSBC, where like I'm basically working into their risk mitigation kind of department. So in my current organization, like I'm working into some kind of fields where like I have to write the codings for different kind of scenarios over there. So if I see as a whole, like what are the scenarios? So scenarios are basically rules to combat the financial crimes in different kind of geopolitical areas, different countries. So basically, we are writing. I'm writing codes for scenarios. So basically, my role is with regards to scenario development over there. Like when scenarios are written on paper, how we have to code those kind of scenarios as a whole. So there, like we are using Hive kind of environment, Hive, as well as like we are using Snowflake over there. So Snowflake Hive is a kind of environment which we are using for coding over there. And in scenario development, I'm also working with different kind of in adding or deleting a kind of parameters with regards to different scenarios. So that is another kind of work which we do. So where like we test different kind of codes, and there like we find that what is the optimal kind of result which is coming to after adding or deleting the parameters. So same goes with like changing the look at period for different kind of scenarios. So these are all the kind of work which we do as well. There are some threshold tuning kind of works which we do. So the one thing is very clear, that we also, I also collaborate with different kind of global teams over there in HSBC, where we have to collaborate with different kind of global teams with their own projects also, and we contribute here also. So that's a whole like my as a whole, like how I'm working in the current organization for HSBC. So over to you guys. If you have any questions, you ask. Now it's a kind of Q&A kind of session for you people. So you may ask any questions if you have.
Does anybody would like to ask anything from Ankur? Okay, I believe they don't have any questions. Ankur, thank you so much for taking out your time and sharing your knowledge with all these guys. It's going to be very, very helpful for them.
Mhm. Yeah. It's thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me to share my experience with these guys, and I'm pretty sure that you all people will prepare for yourself, and you will just land with flying colors in the kind of organizations for which you are aspiring right now. So I just want to wish you people all the best, and all the very best for your upcoming future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.